You have a growing attraction to your friend Harry. You have known each other since college days. It even seemed at one point that he was interested in you. You both lost touch for a while and now you've reconnected. He's exactly the type of man you'd love to marry. You have so much in common with Harry. But there's one big problem. Harry married Sally. I'm Kimberly Garth and I provide practical relationship advice for single Christian women. Today's topic is how to not commit adultery with your married male friend. Adultery happens subtly, and for the most part, it happens between two people who already know one another, like a co-worker, a boss, a high school sweetheart who has reconnected with you, your friend's husband, your married pastor, etc. The privacy of communication through a cell phone makes it easier than ever before to build intimacy without anyone else knowing. Undoubtedly, adultery starts long before any sexual act occurs. Matthew 5:20 it says, "But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart." You may not be romantically interested in a married man right now, but under the right circumstances, it is actually possible to fall in love with a married male friend or vice versa and commit adultery. The ideal solution is to implement boundaries now while you're in your right mind. So here are 6 tips to not commit adultery with your married male friend. 1. Encourage him to be best friends with his wife. When a couple marries, they should be moving toward oneness in every area of their lives. The relationship between the man and the woman should be the most intimate relationship in each of their lives. Hence, it should take precedence over every other relationship, whether it be with a parent, a child, a sibling, or a former best friend. And I said former. Therefore, it follows that a move toward oneness would mean that they become each other's best friend in time. As such, if your male best friend gets married to another woman, it is important that you take a back seat. 2. Limit your private communication with your male friend. At times, you may need to talk with your male friend one-on-one. It might be necessary for work-related discussions, a birthday call, a checking up on you call because he's your friend, tech advice, etc. However, when regular private calls begin to last for hours and the conversations morph into sharing deeply about struggles, issues that either of you are facing, or problems with his wife, then you need to take a step back. At this point, encourage him to talk with his wife, his brother, his sister, his spiritual leader, a coach, a brother, or even a counselor. For certain, help him to move toward his wife and not you. And please do not think that you're the only one in the entire world that he can trust with his issues. That is a lie. 3. Try to become closer friends with his wife. Focus your energy into befriending your friend's wife. When you call the house, ask to speak with her first from time to time. Take an interest in her and secure her trust. She must feel and know that you are for her and for him. If this is proving difficult, pray about it and ask God to give you wisdom to navigate this friendship with her. Undoubtedly, a wife should not feel that you are her competition in any way. 4. Limit the times you are alone with him. You are not a super Christian. Too many Christians naively place themselves in harm's way and think that they are stronger than they really are. Then they fall. If you have more than an ounce of admiration for him and he thinks highly of you, it is better to limit your times when it's just the two of you alone together. Now, even if he is your friend and there is no attraction whatsoever, it is still wise to protect your Christian witness. Contrary to what some Christians believe, you do not live for yourself alone. Life is not about you. Your choices impact what others think about Christ. As such, others are looking at your life to decide if Christ has made any difference in your life at all. Romans 4:16 says, "So do not let what you regard as good be spoken of as evil." For instance, My deceased pastor left his office open when he was counseling, especially counseling women. This measure was to safeguard his character and the character of the person being counseled, and ultimately the name of Christ. Never once was it said that he behaved inappropriately with anyone. He gave no opportunity to anyone to assassinate his character or the mighty name of God. So if you are benefiting from this video, I invite you to like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell so that you'll know when I publish more videos. 5. Dress appropriately. I don't know if we women understand the extent of a man's natural inclination to become sexually aroused by a woman's body, simply just by looking. Since we are not men, it is difficult for us to sympathize. We are determined to show the world our shapeliness and our sexiness. After all, why men can't control themselves? But God understands, since he made the male man, so he made it very clear in his word that we should dress modestly. 1 Timothy 2:9-10 says, likewise, also that women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel with modesty and self-control, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly attire, but with what is proper for women who profess godliness, with good works. Therefore, if you truly love your male friend and you want to protect his marriage, please dress modestly. Instead, adorn yourself with good works, as it says in 1 Timothy 2:10. So let's suppose you get invited to spend the night at your married friend's house. So here are some practical tips. Leave your sexy, revealing lingerie and see-through silky robe at home. Don't go from the bathroom to the guest room wrapped in just your towel. Don't seek to have alone time with your male friend. Make it a family affair. Include his wife in the conversations. Watch your mannerisms and stifle any flirtatious inclinations that you might have toward men in general. In essence, behave in a manner that you would expect from a female invited guest around your future husband. Get my free resource, the Irresistible Godly Woman Checklist, to help you to get an idea of the areas that you can develop in as a single woman to attract a single man. 6. Discern if attraction is developing. You're a woman and he's a man. Attraction could develop. If you sense that you're becoming attracted to a married man, reduce your interactions with him until you can handle those emotions better. Don't fool yourself under any circumstances. On the other hand, if you sense that he's becoming attracted to you, then put some distance between the two of you. Just because he's married, it doesn't mean that he will not be attracted to other women other than his wife. As Christians, we must daily die to self to glorify Christ in our lives. It is not easy, but very possible and satisfying when we choose to act in the highest interest of our married friends. You may not plan to commit adultery, but it can happen if you're not careful. Instead of saying, I wish I had, I hope you'll be saying, I'm glad I did. Implement these boundaries and you'll have a good chance of not committing adultery and protecting the marriages around you. In what ways can you protect the marriages around you? Comment below and let the whole community know. Thanks so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, I invite you to check out some of my other videos on relationships with men and on singleness. Take care. Bye.